Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
I'm reaching my dreams with GUT. They're the ones for me. I'm reaching my dreams with GUT. They're the ones for me. Since 1983, they've been serving the country, and we like all their financing, giving the people what they want, what they need, what they love. Come and join the family that's here for you all the way, from birth to graduation, your first job to your home and your car through your golden years.
The GT Credit Union has been actively supporting nation building through its many sponsorships and programs, including financial literacy quiz, Pass the Torch Calypso program, junior cooperatives in secondary schools, CPEA, and the TAMCC grants. The credit union has helped many people make their dreams come true. Let them help you with yours. You don't have to be a teacher to be a member. So what are you waiting for?
GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
This is the GBN television news for Tuesday, the 22nd of June, 2021. I'm Chrislyn Lashington. In the headlines, 3 Brazilians charged for entering the state of Grenada illegally, fined and ordered to leave. Victoria School for Special Education celebrates the achievement of 12-year-old Aliyah Langain in CPEA 2021. Only the vaccinated, no children allowed, no alcohol, and strict protocol to be enforced as Grenada is ready to host T20 cricket, West Indies versus South Africa. PWPRO accuses government of going against Public Service Commission and abusing the use of contract workers. In around the globe, Bahamians fear job loss if not vaccinated, as employers refuse to pay for COVID-19 tests, and COVID-19 vaccine clinical trials on young children ongoing in the U.S. Coming up in sports, fans are restricted to the upper levels of the National Cricket Stadium. Details right after this message.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. The recent arrest of 3 Brazilians entering Grenada illegally has brought the number of persons charged for the act to 20 for this year alone.
Represented in court by attorney Jerry Edwin, 3 Brazilians who entered Grenada illegally were ordered to pay a fine of $5,000 each to be paid forthwith and ordered to leave the state of Grenada within the shortest possible time. With the aid of an interpreter in the person of Joseph Andel, the 3, Wela Macharo, Jefferson da Cunha, and Artur da Silva, appeared before Magistrate Teddy St. Louis on Tuesday at the St. George's No. 1 Court to answer the charge for entering the state of Grenada without adhering to stipulated entry protocols. The Brazilian nationals reportedly arrived on the island via a speedboat at Grand Anse, St. George, and were subsequently detained by immigration authorities. The men were charged for entering the state without the consent of an immigration officer and failure to submit to a government-approved quarantine facility. Edwin pleaded on behalf of his clients for a reduced fine, which was $10,000 initially, but was reduced by 50% to 5,000 EC dollars. Their purpose on the island, he explained.
They were here specifically to purchase a yacht from another non-Grenadian, a gentleman from Iceland, who they had agreed for a particular price to purchase the boat. Now the 3 Brazilians was one, the owner of that boat, the purchaser, the other was to be the captain of the boat, and the other person was a navigator.
The laws on illegal entry are clear. Edwin says one cannot enter the state of Grenada without the permission of immigration authorities. He explains what happens next.
The immigration authorities will fly them. They will leave by air to Panama. They will go to Antigua, then across the Central America to Panama, and then from there they will make their way back to Grenada to complete the transaction. It was very understanding. The immigration department similarly, because they've offered them the option of returning to Grenada once they land in Panama. So I would say this came down to a place where both sides, both the Brazilian gentleman and the state of Grenada, we would have both met in the middle. And it's an outcome that I could say I am satisfied with, as they are.
1 week ago, 2 Vincentian nationals, Laverna and Leslie John, were arrested and charged, brought to court, and were deported back to their country on Saturday. Chrislyn John, GBN News.
Neil Wells, a corporal of police, was arrested and charged by officers attached to the Criminal Investigation Department for the offense of grievous harm on Monday, June 21st, 2021. The officer was charged following an alleged incident between himself and a resident of Monrouge, St. George on the 12th of June, 2021. He was granted bail in the sum of $6,000 with one surety and will appear in court on September the 20th of this year. Wells was suspended from active duty in the Royal Grenada Police Force. For the first time ever, a student of the Victoria School for Special Education was given the opportunity to sit the Caribbean Primary Exit Assessment Examinations. Trellona Charles visited the school and tells us the outcome.
12-year-old Aliyah Langine of the Victoria School for Special Education is the first student to ever write the CPEA examinations from the institution, and she was victorious. When the new school year begins in September, the walls of the St. Rose Modern Secondary School will be her place of learning. Principal Judian All said Aliyah came to the school at 8 years old, and seeing her potential, they have been working with her on a one-on-one basis until she was ready to sit the exams.
We saw she had potential. It's just that there was some barriers to attending the curriculum because of her challenges. So we would have been working with her on a one-on-one basis, and we felt that she was at the point where she would be able to write the exam now and be successful. So that is why we offered her the opportunity to do so.
But how did the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on schools island-wide affect Aliyah's preparation?
Well, that was a challenge because we would have had, during COVID, I would have had to visit her home personally to work along with her, and then there were times I would have had to take her with me at my home too, so that I can work with her, because it was a challenge. She had no devices, no means of getting on to internet or so at the time. So online learning was not an option for her. So we had to do it face-to-face, even throughout the COVID period.
According to Ald, every student, regardless of challenges, deserves a chance at an education. She said Aliyah will continue to have her support throughout her secondary education journey.
I am prepared to provide the services for her to continue supporting her throughout secondary education, because I know that she will definitely need the accommodations and support. So the plan going forward is to work closely with the secondary school to ensure that she gets the support that she needs.
Her teacher, Sasha Alexander, said Aliyah was determined and worked hard to be prepared for the exam.
We worked hard. When she came in January, although we were on a shift system, she came in every day, and after school she stayed. We did extra work with her. And so on. Her success has motivated the other students in the class. I would definitely say I know that they are all ready, and I know next year they want to participate in the CPA exams as well.
Aliyah shared her favorite part of the examination and her plans for the future.
Science. To be a pilot.
To be a pilot?
Yeah, to drive a plane.
Trellona Charles, GBN News.
Cheers to Aaliyah and all the teachers at that school. The transfer process is now different for students who were successful at the recent CPEA and may now be seeking to change their assigned secondary school, as the power to transfer is no longer fully in the hands of the Ministry of Education. We get details in this report.
Some of the powers to transfer students who were successful at CPEA are being given to the secondary schools, which must be contacted first to begin the process. Deputy Chief Education Officer Michelle George says parents will need to contact the secondary schools by phone or email only and be given a link to the transfer form.
So that link is what you're going to use. It's electronic to apply for a transfer. Do not come to the Ministry of Education because we will not be able to assist you with that. Do not go to the schools either, to the secondary schools. However, that link that they will provide you with, you can use it to access the transfer form electronically.
Parents have until June 28th to submit their transfer forms.
Now, persons I know have started to use the link that we had last year. So you can also go on weboffice.gd also if you were using it from last time. But we prefer if you use a link from the schools because it will be easily accessible by the schools themselves.
George says the schools will then establish transfer committees to decide on transfers. The school, she says, has 2 weeks to submit the transfers to the ministry for final approval. Meanwhile, 1,720 students, of whom 892 were male and 828 female, out of the 1,906 students registered, have been assigned to a secondary school. The general results saw a national mean of 69.69% in the overall assessment, which experienced a slight decline from 1.9% from 2019.
In terms of the percentage of students obtaining 50% or more in the examination, we had 90.48% of our students move into a secondary level education. And again, although we had a decline as compared to last year and year before in terms of the number of students, the percentage of students who were assigned, I must say it is still a good percentage. Once they're about 90 and above, we consider it a fairly good percentage in terms of the students who are moving on to the next level.
Language arts was the subject area in the external exams, in which students performed well, while there was a dramatic decline in performances for mathematics, a mean score of 49.6% compared to 55.56 in 2019. Social Studies took the internal exam's best performance with a mean score of 83.07 and Mathematics the worst performance with 81.16%. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
It's always good to hear the statistics. Now, some students who were scheduled to sit the 2021 CSEC examinations have decided to defer to the coming year in order to fully prepare. That's according to officials from the Ministry of Education at a media briefing on Tuesday. Rena Pear-Thomas explains.
Deputy Chief Education Officer in the Ministry of Education, Michelle George, says that the ministry has received some requests from students who prefer to sit the CXC exam at its next sitting in January of 2022. Though unable to provide an accurate number to GBN, George says this will not hinder the students' marks or performance, but only allow them to get fully prepared.
From Grenada, we've had a number of deferrals for the CSEC examination for this year. And of course, persons can defer to either January or to May, June 2022. They do not have to pay any funds again for the deferral or anything. It is basically the deferral. It doesn't have a cost. All they need to do is just to make sure that they have the SBAs and so forth ready for come October or so as the last deadline, based on my recollection of it, and they will be again ready to write the examination come whether it's January they deferred for or May, June 2022. 2022.
The Chief Education Officer says that most of the students who requested to sit the exam at a later date were affected by the COVID-19 pandemic.
Remember, most persons who deferred are persons who are basically affected in some way or the other because of the COVID situation and other issues that may have come up during that particular time.
On the other hand, the ministry noted that a small number of primary school students did not sit the 2021 CPEA exams. George says the reason was not because of COVID-19, but only fright.
And we've had that over the years where you expect them to come out on the day of the examination, and because they are fearful, they do not come. But oftentimes you have migration as a critical factor into that. And of course, we had a few students who were in a special program as well that we had at the Ministry of Education. So even though they were initially registered for the examination, they were already successful in what we had a baseline examination that was done as well. So that could have as well accounted for the amount that were absent.
The Chief Education Officer was speaking on government's weekly post-cabinet briefing. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear-Thomas reporting.
Police are seeking the assistance of the general public in locating Egbert Lewis, 61 years of Simoon St. Andrew, and he is a gardener. Lewis was last seen on Monday, the 21st of June, 2021, at approximately 3 p.m. at his place of employment in True Blue, St. George. He is about 5 feet 2 inches in height, slim built and black in complexion. He was last seen wearing a gray and brown short pants and black and yellow sneakers. Anyone seeing Egbert Lewis or has any information about his whereabouts is asked to contact the Grenville Police Station at 442-7224, Police Emergency at 911, Police Hotline at 444-1958, that's 444-1958, or the nearest police station. This is News at 7. Coming up, Grenada ready to host T20 cricket, West Indies versus South Africa. And PWPRO accuses government of going against PSC and abusing use of contract workers. Stay with us.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Good morning, Grenlek Meter Reader.
Morning, Mr. Meterman. I'm glad I caught you. Last month, I got a very high bill, and I don't understand why.
Last month, we were not able to access your meter, so we had to estimate the bill.
So what can I do to ensure that my meter is easily accessible?
Well, you can get your licensed electrician to move your meter outside of the gate or directly in front of the house.
Well, I'll consider that.
Grenlek, energizing our Grenada.
Customer services, bill payment, revenue collections. It's the official opening, NOASA's Lucas Street headquarters.
Come, we are excited to serve you.
NOASA, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Borders with the right precautions will keep us safe and lead us to the successful rejuvenation of our tourist industry. Because when we come together as a country, we all win.
I did it for my co-workers.
I did it for my granny.
What's up? I did it for my neighbor.
I did it for my business.
Help us help Grenada.
I did it for myself and my family. Get vaccinated.
Together, we can defeat COVID-19. Get vaccinated.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
Hubbard's big promotion is back. Live free for 1 year. Spend $50 or more in any Hubbard's department and receive a chance to win big prizes every month. Property or vehicle insurance for 1 year. Free internet, cable, and data for 1 year. Free fuel for 1 year. Free cooking gas for 1 year. Free electricity for 1 year. Free drinks for 1 year. Extra cash account and the big free groceries for 1 year. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2021. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Solgas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carib Brewery, Coca-Cola, Grenada Bottling Company, Grenlec, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny and Supreme. Terms and conditions apply.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
The usual revelry and energized atmosphere synonymous with T20 cricket matches will be notably absent when international cricket returns to Grenada this weekend. 26 members of the West Indies team are already in Grenada, and the South African squad is scheduled to arrive on Wednesday. Now, only fully vaccinated people are being allowed at the National Cricket Stadium.
Children will not be allowed into the stadium for cricket matches because they are not eligible for vaccination. Fully vaccinated fans cannot give away their tickets to other persons and will be subjected to rigorous checks at entry points. Chairman of the National Organizing Committee, Troy Garvey, says they want to ensure that the biosecure bubble is not compromised.
Because they have to use this, their ability to deliver here, to impress the Australians and the other tour parties who are coming, that we can deliver. So it's not just about Grenada hosting. It's about Grenada hosting on behalf of the region and trying to impress the world. If the South Africans are not satisfied, everything that we discuss in terms of a protocol, it must be signed off on by the South African team. If they are not comfortable, they are going to say no.
Garvey says Grenada's COVID-19 status played a key role in paving the way for accommodating fans at the stadium.
That is, the players from arrival, they must be kept in a sterile environment and cannot engage and interact with persons. Certain levels of COVID testing must be done as stipulated for the duration of their stay, and it's quite challenging. It's challenging for the hotel. It's challenging for the officials at the stadium because it's something that we're seeing for the very first time.
Grenada's performance as the pilot for the return of spectators to West Indies cricket will have rippling effects on future engagements by Team West Indies.
It can impact on our future ability to host games. It can impact on the region. So that's why we say, look, let us be careful in terms of what we do. It's not business as normal. And like you rightfully ask, yes, Grenada, there's someone with a ticking off. Yes, no, not good, need to improve here.
No alcoholic or bottled drinks are allowed into the stadium, but patrons can carry small-sized coolers that are subject to random checks. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Public policy has taken an unfortunate turn towards street fighting. So says Public Relations Officer of the Public Workers Union, Daisy Hazard, as she responded to statements made by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell in recent weeks. We get more in this Gerard Joseph report.
Public Relations Officer of the Public Workers Union, Daisy Hazard, says it is unfortunate the NMP administration has to admit via its Prime Minister that Grenada's democracy is challenged and at risk. Workers' grievances, she says, should be resolved professionally and engaging in little or no conflict for the benefit of society.
That government would indicate and government would proudly and boldly declare that unless there is fighting, that unless persons engage in fighting on the street, in protest action, they cannot get justice in this country, and that is unfortunate. And for the government to make that declaration, and even further, I think this weekend they were politicking in Carriacou, and it was unfortunate to hear another government minister allude to the fact that they have a 14-seat majority, and therefore it was out of place and seems so contrary for anybody to want to protest about anything at all.
Hazard says it is frightening when a government minister is stating that due to holding the majority of seats in Parliament, that they are seemingly above the law. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, while appearing on Sister Isle Radio Carriacou over the weekend, was speaking on teachers' demands for swift payment of their 4% salary increase.
How do you drive an entire government, particular government that has 15 seats in the parliament of the country? How do you, 14 now, but it was 15 at election? It does not make sense.
The Public Workers PRO said that government's intimation that teachers should be paid first warrants a public apology.
And we want to say to the government, you're not the only ones who benefited from having a psychology teacher in school. The little games that you're trying to play where you pit one union against the other, that is not going to work because we are all speaking to each other. When you meet with the GOT, we are aware of it. The contents of your discourse and the decisions that you come to, all public sector unions are aware of it because we stand in solidarity.
Hazard says they will be going into the meeting with the Labour Minister on Tuesday with guns blazing due to government's recent statements.
We don't expect a lot of pussyfooting around. We don't expect that anybody would call us there to waste our time. We have work to do on behalf of this public, and we expect that whatever offer is presently before the GOT, that offer would also be placed before us because all public servants are equal in this country. There is none more equal than the other.
I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Public Relations Officer of the Public Workers Union, Daisy Hazard, is calling on government to refrain from going against the Public Service Commission and its policies, as she urges for better conditions for contractual workers.
The issue of contract workers doing the jobs of permanent workers was raised during Monday's To The Point program. Referencing the Labour Code, Public Relations Officer at the Public Workers Union, Daisy Hazard, got into the details of the laws governing contract workers. She says several workers in the public service are doing the duties of established workers while on prolonged contracts.
Contract workers, and yes, the poor remaining workers in our country. Now, our Labour Code again also speaks about the way that persons can be employed. And I want to read here. Continuous employment and continuity of employment means an employee's period of uninterrupted employment with the same employer. Now, we have persons who government has been employing for the last number of years in contractual positions. those persons are doing the job of established workers. An established worker is a worker who is hired properly by the Public Service Commission, Grenada.
Hazard accused government of going against the functions of the Public Service Commission, the PSC, hiring people through the different ministries.
But there is a reason why the PSC is enshrined into our Constitution. The PSC is enshrined to protect against the things that we see government doing right now, to protect against employees, against a person's ability to treat an employee badly just because they can. Now, what we have seen in the last number of years through this administration, in successive periods of government, they have eroded to a large extent the function of the PSC by employing Grenadians through ministries. And so there are many workers, hundreds of workers who are working every day, some with letters, some with no letters, but in most instances, letters whose expiry date has come and gone long ago. Just last week, we met with a bunch of workers at the hospital, and you're asking, what's your last letter? And they're telling you 2003. Do the math. Isn't 2003 to now 16 years? They're telling you 2005. They're telling you, I have never had a letter to begin with. Even if an employee does not have a letter which says that I am permanent, by the mere fact that you have been laboring with this government and with this country, continuously doing the same job, but you have been doing this work continuously for more than 2 years, the labor laws of Grenada says you are deemed to be a permanent employee.
Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Tellisford.
Now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Trellona Charles has been looking around the platforms.
This is Social Buzz, where we shine a light on the thoughts and concerns of our online audience. Concerns have been raised by many about the use of loud horns by some busmen around the island. Sergeant Williams of the Traffic Department had this to say on the matter.
It is a concern. As a matter of fact, it's become like style these days. Persons removing their original horn, the horn that is constructed with the vehicle, and inserting those what we call air horns and musical horns and all those things that is so annoying, not only to police but to the general public.
Our online audience joined the conversation. Don commented they are not only annoying but can be very distracting to other drivers, potentially dangerous. While I'm here, the Transport Department also needs to look at parking. Why are drivers being allowed to park on pedestrian walkways, blocking access to pedestrians, and forcing them to walk on busy roads such as Maurice Bishop Highway? Also, drivers should not be parking on roundabouts for any reason. Again, they block the view of other drivers to oncoming traffic. Dangerous. Some drivers don't seem to be aware or don't care about safety. Hanil wrote, "What is this place coming to? These horns to me signifies that a bus is coming and you can tell how far. I'm sure it have better issues to address. Everything is busmen." Andy wrote, "What they need to check during inspection never gets checked. For over 20 years, brakes dropping off buses and causing accidents. They're worried about horns?" Catherine commented, "The sound of the horn is so annoying. At first I thought such loud, annoying sounds came from buses, but it's also on private cars and vans. This needs to stop. The worst part of that annoying noise is when a bus driver sees someone on the bus stop, they sound off the horn. I don't see any need for doing that. Sometimes when we are leaving the bus stop as well. Seriously, it's not appropriate, not called for." This individual commented, "Those loud, annoying horns are louder than the original, yes, but why are the companies allowed to sell it then? And also, in my opinion, it's better for getting the attention or signaling other road traffic users." And this individual commented, "Grenada's police really have nothing to do. Leave the busmen alone. Police, why you all don't charge the businessmen who import the horns? You're allowing the businesses to import and sell it, then you all turn around and ticket the customers who buy it. Something is wrong in Grenada." That's it for tonight's Social Buzz. If you would like to have your thoughts and concerns shared, be sure to comment on GBN's Facebook page.
From the thought process to the visual impact, let's take a peek through the GBN ISAW lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISAW is brought to you by ClearVision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. ClearVision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ClearVision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Featured in tonight's GBN ISAW are some photographs of students from Munich Holy Cross Roman Catholic School on their career day. The young ones were dressed in their outfits depicting their future careers. The career day was held on Thursday at the school's compound. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Aren't they cute? Still ahead, 20 extension officers benefit from nutrition and chronic disease and food and safety training. This is news at 7.
Mark this date down on your calendar. Sunday, July 4th is gonna be epic as Waggity Virtual Bingo celebrates its first anniversary. Come in to celebrate with us live. Get ready for Grenada's Soca Superstars, Looney Sparks, and Electrify.
Mirror on the wall, who's the baddest of them all?
Looney Sparks and Electrify.
Yes! It's our anniversary, so we're giving away more cash. This time you can win a whopping US $15,000. And tickets cost only $20 US. Remember, if you're in Grenada, tickets are available at gotofed.com or from numerous box offices island-wide. If you're playing overseas, tickets are only available at gotofed.com. Sunday, July 4th. Get ready for one massive celebration as Waggity Virtual Bingo celebrates its first anniversary.
Get vaxxed, hey, hey, vaccinated. Get vaxxed, hey, hey, get vaccinated. Vaccinated. So wear your mask up, wash your hands up, and practice social distance. This is we chance to advance. Come let we fight this COVID at once. So come on let we fall in line. We want to come back to with social life. There is vaccination island-wide. So come on let we fight it to protect we and we family.
This is a message from the Grenada Red Cross and the Ministry of Health.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call 440-1015 or 440-1016 or check out their website hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
And look, with them coconuts, rum lemon, passion fruit, sorrel, even the exotic spicy rum.
Ah, the flavored rums of Grenada Distillers Limited.
Class coat?
Yes, girl. They are all produced by the Grenada Distillers Limited in Woodlands. You know, all their rums are world-class and internationally acclaimed, winners of numerous gold medals.
the spicy rum.
Grenada's #1 rum. We drink it on sport. Add a little flavor to your life.
Open borders with the right precautions will keep us safe and lead us to the successful rejuvenation of our tourist industry. Because when we come together as a country, we all win.
I did it for my co-workers.
I did it for my granny.
What's up? I did it for my neighbor.
I did it for my business.
Help us help Grenada.
I did it for myself and my family. Get vaccinated.
Together, we can defeat COVID-19. Get vaccinated.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
Montreal, it's time to line virtually one more time. Gemma Rayburn Baines here for Spice Island Cultural Festival, a celebration of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. This summer's festival is a celebration of life with food, fashion, music, and culture. Join us online Saturday, July 10th, 3 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube at Spice Island Cultural Festival. Info, spiceislandculturalday.com.
Nutrition for chronic disease and food safety training in all aspects was the focus of a recent workshop held in St. Patrick. Let's get the details.
The venture was held between the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council, Climate Smart Agriculture and Rural Enterprise Program, SIEP, and the Ministry of Agriculture. The targeted participants were fisheries assistants, extension officers, forage officers, and extension assistants who would play an important role in sharing the information. Discussions on the different types of chronic diseases were held with the officers, controllable and uncontrollable risk factors, and the role of diet in managing those chronic illnesses. 20 officers participated in the training exercise. Anisha Hoston, one of the participants, believes the information will be useful to farmers and other people they offer their support to.
With the information given here today, I will be better able to assist many of the persons that was a part of SIEP backyard program in terms of the benefits of the food that we consume, the various safety methods that can be applied when involved in food preparation, and specifically today in regards to the chronic disease that are affecting a lot of our nation persons, especially diabetes. Today we would have been given information as to the various foods we should stay away from, the quality in preparation, and I believe in dispersing this information to persons out there, this would be giving them that ability to be better conscious of food preparation, the kind of foods they should be preparing, and overall they would be able to develop a proper food and safety method practice.
Brenda Phillips says the training has opened her eyes to the different hazards that are brought about through nutrition.
Based on this training, I am leaving with reinforcement of information concerning the hazardous things that affects food in terms of food safety, and also the whole idea of chronic illnesses that we face and how to manage it, as well as how to inform the general public that we work with on, measures that they can take to control and prevent these diseases.
Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Tellisford.
That was a great initiative there. Now, the Inland Revenue Division on Thursday, June 17th, celebrated the first anniversary of the introduction of government's online payment portal, pay.gov.gd. This payment portal, developed in response to the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic, has proven to be effective in making it easier for Grenadians at home and in the diaspora to do business with government. It enables taxpayers to pay their driver's and motor vehicle licenses online with their credit or debit cards from anywhere where there is available internet access. Over the past year, the portal has expanded to accommodate the payment of other government fees, including property, land, and transfer taxes, vehicle annual license and inspection, and other driving-related costs, police records, COVID-19-related fees, among others. Stay with us. The weather is up next, and in sports, fans restricted to the upper levels of the National Stadium.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
For your education.
for your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Trends come and go, but jewelry is forever in style. Give a gift that lasts a lifetime. Diamond Intercontinental have diamond jewelry, gold and silver jewelries, engagement rings, wedding bands, chains, bracelets, and so much more. They also carry brands such as Anne Klein and Guess. Why wait? Visit Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store at the Esplanade Mall. Call 440-231234. The number again, 232-1234.
Bailey's Funeral Home, we understand the pain and grief you experience when you suffer the loss of a loved one. For years, we have helped thousands of families get through that difficult time by providing professional funeral services to meet their unique needs. Whether your choice is cremation or burial, call us or come into our new facility on the Carenage and meet with our arrangers in a spacious and comfortable environment. Choose from a wide variety of quality coffins and caskets at prices from as low as $1,900. At Bailey's Funeral Home, we believe that no one should feel overwhelmed or anxious about funeral expenses. So when it's time to plan a funeral, join a burial society, or make pre-arrangements when service and costs matter, call Bailey's Funeral Home at 440-2558 or visit us at baileysfuneralhome.org. Bailey's Funeral Home, still providing the perfect tribute any family can afford.
Keeping an eye on the weather. This is GBN. We've got you covered.
Tonight's minimum temperature 25 degrees Celsius. Weather is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy with some brief to scattered showers. Winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour. Seas moderate, waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. Warnings, none at this time. Tides are low at 7:15 p.m. and high at 1:25 a.m. On Wednesday, sun will rise at 5:45. Partly cloudy to cloudy and breezy with some brief to widely scattered showers, increasing in cloudiness overnight, and some widely scattered showers possible. On Thursday, partly cloudy to overcast and breezy with some widely scattered to widespread showers and possible thunder. And on Friday, partly cloudy to overcast with some widely scattered to widespread showers and possible thunder. That's it for your weather forecast on GBN News. Fans will be relegated to the upper levels of seats at the National Cricket Stadium for the 5 T20 matches between the West Indies and South Africa. Chairman of the National Organizing Committee, Troy Garvey, says they're seeking to use 50% of the seating capacity, which has 12,000 seats.
And we are going to stack the stadium in stages, probably the Royal Lewis and the western side of the members' pavilion first, and based on demand we will spread out as usual. With the likes of Mr. Pollard and Mr. Gale, it's very possible that the ball can reach the upper limits of the stands. Normally, you will find spectators running to retrieve the ball. These are things that cannot be done. Your players, because you do not want to have anyone coming in touch at any time. It might be the ball. Somebody might touch the ball, and these, that's the kind of protocol we have to understand. That's the difference in the games. So that's why we're trying to keep spectators and fans of the game as far off as is possible and contain persons in an area to ensure that that biosecure bubble is not compromised, is not infringed on in any way.
Garvey says the stadium aids in the separation of the players' pavilion from the rest of the stands. However, other protocols are tied in to ensure the safety of players.
You'll see the police strategically placed to ensure that persons do not come near to on the playing surface, and the players are also briefed in that regard to respond in a particular way. If the ball goes into the stand, the players know that they have to go to retrieve and not expect the ball to be tossed back to them. So all those are little things. The messaging during the games will be very, very crucial. Persons will be constantly reminded to, as much as possible, to wear your mask, to refrain from moving around uselessly, to stay in your social clusters. These are things, the messaging during the game will be crucial. And again, we're begging persons' understanding and cooperation.
Keshav Maharaj claimed a sensational hat-trick as South Africa sealed a 2-0 Test Series whitewash of West Indies with a 158-run victory on Day 4. South Africa secured their first series victory away from home in the longest format since 2017 on Monday, bowling the West Indies out for 165 at the Darren Sammy National Cricket Stadium. Set 324 to salvage a 1-all draw, West Indies collapsed on a penultimate day in St. Lucia following a battling half-century from Kieran Powell. 51. Captain Craig Braffett, who made scores of 0 and 6, laid the blame squarely at the feet of the batsmen, himself included, for the poor performance of the team, who did not score more than 170 runs in any of their 4 innings.
Well, I mean, myself included, because the bowler did a fantastic job. So, for me at number one, obviously not spending time, at all. We very sorry. Obviously the fans, obviously look forward to West Indies doing well and stuff. And, we were disappointing, but, we promised as batsmen to, we have some time, back home, obviously, to work on different stuff. And we got to come back and show that fight. Because, sometimes it's not all about winning, but, still you want to see, the fight. And we didn't show the fans the fight at all. So, from myself included, we got to come back better and make the fans proud.
That's it, sporting fans. Stay tuned for more.
This is your One Caribbean hookup. Many Bahamians are now at risk of incurring costs and even losing their jobs if they do not get vaccinated, as businesses are now refusing to pay for COVID-19 testing. This as businesses support the idea of employees getting fully vaccinated. Director of Labor, John Pindus, says businesses have the right to make decisions that are in their best interest.
Because the government is giving the vaccinations free, they're trying to encourage people to, to receive the vaccine so that once everybody's vaccinated, it is less expensive to the employer, it's a safe environment, and persons feel better coming into that environment if they know everybody has already received the vaccine.
He added that businesses no longer paying for COVID-19 tests does not mean that vaccination is mandatory.
Your employment contract didn't speak to this because this did not exist. So they cannot unilaterally change that contract to make it mandatory. But they can say I will no longer pick up the costs for you to get your PCR exams because that's an expense to me. So employers recognizing that has been an expense to them, and that the government itself is trying to encourage all Bahamians to be vaccinated. They certainly, in support of the government, I would say, is trying to encourage their staffers and saying, but if you don't do it, then it's going to be an expense on you for your PCR exams or tests. We will no longer carry that burden.
Internationally, the COVID-19 vaccine is now being tested on more young children in clinical trials. Pfizer is set to announce trials on children aged 6 months to 5 years. Moderna has already been testing in that age group since earlier this year. But as Al Jazeera's Heidi Zhao Castro reports, many parents still say they will not allow their children to get jabs.
You're so strong.
It takes a tough 5-year-old to giggle through a blood draw.
This is the COVID vaccine. 1, 2, 3. You ready?
And not even flinch when he gets the shot containing either the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine or a placebo.
Oh, you know what that is?
Khalil Chari Halperin is among the 4,500 children participating in Pfizer's late-stage clinical trials for kids under 12, taking place across the U.S. and Europe. At one test site in Louisiana, doctors at Ochsner Health Medical Center are asking parents to prepare kids for the vaccination.
Having your child vaccinated protects them from getting COVID. And while it's unlikely that they would get a serious illness or serious impact, it is possible. And, we're here to tell you that there are children in our children's hospital to this day being cared for because of COVID.
The polls show 1 in 4 American parents say they will definitely not have their young child vaccinated against COVID, no matter the trial's results.
It doesn't make any sense to take a vaccine that I can't be sure of one way or another for something that if I get it, I'm most likely going to survive, and they even more so are more likely to survive.
Leah Ritchie says her 11-year-old son will not get the vaccine. She thinks the development was rushed. The Kaiser Family Foundation reports another quarter of American parents say they will have their young child vaccinated as soon as the FDA authorizes emergency use. Jennifer Gibbons' daughter is 8.
She's a bit high risk, has a couple of medical conditions that make her more so, and I would love for her to be vaccinated today.
Pfizer's vaccine already has emergency authorization from the FDA for children 12 years and up. The company says its trials for that age group showed 100% efficacy against COVID with minimal side effects. Results for younger children are expected by September. Heidi Jo Castro, Al Jazeera, Washington.
That's it for your One Caribbean Hookup. I'm Trellona Charles. Thank you for joining us. Let's recap the headlines. 3 Brazilians charged for entering the state of Grenada illegally, fined and ordered to leave. Victoria School for Special Education celebrates the achievement of 12-year-old Aliyah Langain in CPEA. Only the vaccinated, no children allowed, no alcohol, and strict protocol to be enforced as Grenada ready to host T20 cricket, West Indies versus South Africa. PWU-PRO accuses government of going against PSC and abusing the use of contract workers. In around the globe, Bahamians fear job loss if not vaccinated as employers refuse to pay COVID-19 tests. And COVID-19 vaccine clinical trials on young children ongoing in the USA. In sports, fans are restricted to the upper levels of the National Cricket Stadium. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television's Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Chrislyn Lashington. That's the news. We'll see you again. Good night.